great question. I started a blog because number one, I absolutely love to write. And I'll share a little secret with you all. I am one day hoping to actually write a book. I'm not sure if it's going to be a inspirational book or if it's going to be a fiction book, but that's going to be in the works. But I love to write. I love sharing things through writing. I love to travel, hence escapades. So I hope to write and share my escapades with you all. I love trying new cuisines, so I will also be sharing some of the hot spots locally here in Jacksonville, Florida, and as I travel around the world with you guys and chats. So I can remember as a little girl lining up my Care Bear dolls thinking that I was Oprah interviewing people. So I do love to speak, and I feel like I have a voice in this world to bring light and attention to certain topics and just talking about my life experiences to hope to inspire, motivate, and better you all. So that's why I started my blog/vlog. Next question, what was your first job? My first job was actually at the Breslers ice cream shop in the Avenues Mall. Hated it. Who knew scooping up ice cream was such hard labor, right? Using one word, describe your family. Whew, crazy. But crazy, fun, cool, and full of love, right? When having a bad day, what do you do to make yourself feel better? Also a good question. I pray. I center myself, might read a favorite scripture, and I might find comfort in my favorite food. That always makes me feel better also. As a child, what did you want to be growing up? I actually wanted to be a teacher growing up. I can remember as far back as 6, 7 years old, taking all the kids in the neighborhood and lining them up in front of my house and giving them pens and papers and instructing them, teaching them different things. So I always wanted to be a teacher. But my sister was born with a brain tumor, and well, I'll take that back. I don't know that she was born with it, but she was diagnosed with the brain tumor at 18 months old. So she lived to be 8 years old, and during that time, a lot of my childhood was spent in and out of the hospital. So of course there were healthcare professionals that were very passionate about their job. You knew that they really loved what they were doing, and I wanted to be that, to someone. I knew how they made me feel as her sister, how they made my mom feel comforted, my dad when she was in and out of the hospital. Then there were also those healthcare professionals that you could clearly tell didn't want to be there, and it was just a check for them. They had no compassion, no empathy whatsoever, and I wanted to be that change agent. I didn't want anyone to be sick and needing care, and the only person that came to care for them was someone that didn't really want to be there. But interestingly enough, and I share this with people a lot, in my nursing career, I've been able to teach. So, I got to fulfill that childhood dream. Next question, what's your pet peeve? I think my biggest pet peeve is hearing someone smack on their food or slurp their drink. To me, that's like nails on a chalkboard, and I cannot stand it. So I think that's my biggest pet peeve. What's your most embarrassing childhood memory? Oh, gosh. My most embarrassing childhood memory would have to be when I was in maybe the 7th or 8th grade in middle school, and I was acting up in my math class. And I thought I was big bad girl and talking back to the teacher and just not doing anything this lady said. She ended up calling my parents, and I can remember leaving her class, going to lunch, right? You're coming out of the lunchroom, you got all your friends with you, y'all are chee, walking, trying to get to your next class. And the way the school was set up, so the lunchroom was here, and there was a huge courtyard, and coming into the courtyard was a walkway from the main entrance. And I just remember talking to my friends, laughing, and looking to my left, and I saw my parents, and I'm like, why are they here? Shortly I found out. So my parents ended up coming up to me, and my dad, they were scolding me about the report that they had gotten from my teacher, and next thing I know, my dad pulls his belt from his belt loops, and he's whooping my behind right there in the middle of my middle school while lunch is getting out. So that's probably my most embarrassing childhood memory, but I could tell you I didn't act up in that lady's class or anybody's class for that matter after that. Plug, not advocating spankings or anything like that. I'm just sharing with you. Next question. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been? Honestly, I've been to a lot of beautiful places. I think everywhere I travel is beautiful, right? Because it's somewhere different that you're seeing. You're experiencing a different culture. I would say most recently, the top two most beautiful place, I'll give you three that I've been is Turks and Caicos, Bermuda, and Trinidad and Tobago. Definitely some spots you want to check out. Thank you for your time. I hope we got to know each other a little better. See you later, guys. Bye.